Hi friends, once again welcome back to Roji's Share Tips. In today's video, we are going to look at the share analysis of Manappuram Finance Limited. The main reason why we are doing the share analysis right now is this company is a promising NBFC in India and it is still in the mid-cap sector. So which means this company can grow largely in the coming next 5 to 10 years. The business model is financial services, which has a very good growth potential. The market cap is 16,416 crores. Shows that company is in a mid-cap sector and which means the company is firmly established in the market. It is also a promising NBFC in India with a current market price of 198 rupees, which is presently trading at 10% discounted price from its all-time high of 218, and that happened in 2021 July, that is 3-4 months before today. Now if you look at the book value of the company, it is 86.3, which is 43.5% of the share price. Shows that company has a large book value. You can also see that it is an F&O activated stock, which means trading is happening in large volumes. You can see that the face value is 2 rupees, which means a stock split is possible in another 2 years. Dividend yield is 1.03%, shows that 103 rupees returns per year for every 10,000 rupees invested. If you look at the bonus history, you can see the company has issued 3 bonuses. But the last issue was happened in 2011 at the ratio 1:1, which means there is a rare possibility of getting a bonus share, and in case of dividend you can see some marginal dividends. If you look at the 12-month returns, you can see 24.64%, which is okay. 5-year returns 101 and 16 years coming at more than 10,000%. This looks amazing, right? In the long-term perspective, Manappuram is always a good stock to hold. If you look at the inventory turnover, you can see it is no information is available. Pledge percentage is 0, which means promoter hasn't pledged any of his shares. Earnings per share is 20.4, which is very high, that is almost 10.3% of the stock price. This kind of earnings per share is not available in almost any companies. If you look at the ROE, you will be amazed. It is 26.5, ROC 15.3, ROA 13.0. These financial parameters are looking outstanding. Debt to equity 3.19 and debt to profit 13.5, not looking very good, but for financial companies, any company operating in financial sector, this kind of debt to equity and debt to profit is normal. If you look at the promoter holding, you can see 35.05%, which is okay, not very good, not very bad. But if you look at the DII and FII contribution, you can see 34% of stake is invested in FII. That means foreign institutional investors are behind this share, and they look this company very much attractive. Also, you can see 13.43% taken by DII. Now, the stock PE of the company is the most attractive part of this company, which is just 9.16 against an industry average of 21.6. Shows that company is largely undervalued. You can also see that consistent and almost exponentially growing profit in the last 11 years, which means company is growing rapidly and you should invest in this company. You can see that the company has a reserves of 7,138 crores, increased from 5,545 crores in the previous year, which means company has sufficient reserves to handle any kind of economic shocks. Cash flow is slightly negative and debt is growing, but this is okay for almost all financial companies, so there is nothing to worry about this part. CEO and managing director of this company is Mr. VP Nandakumar, age 67. He got a PG degree in science, studied banking and foreign trade as well. He also has 40-year plus experience in banking and finance sector. He is also the chairman and owner of this company. So this person is sufficiently experienced and qualified, and also the head of the organization as well. The presence of Manappuram Finance Limited is available in 28 states and union territories. Map is available in the annual report, page 34. It is also the first registered NBFC from Kerala. It has 5.1 million live customers, 4,637 branches. Information available in annual report PDF, page 26. The company has 4 subsidiaries as per the annual report, but 9 is available in the internet. Anyway, organization is headquartered in Thrissur, Kerala. Remuneration paid to the directors, which is 11-member panel, is less than 18 crores. That is roughly 1% of the profit is taken as director's salary, which means company is not mismanaged. So let's check these few things in the annual report. So you can see here the company has 5.1 million live customers and 4,637 branches. Information available in page 26. Now if you go to page 34, you can see the map of the company. You can see companies available in almost every state of India. In Jammu and Kashmir, company has 10 branches. This number shows number of branches in a particular state or union territory. And you can see going down, South India has the most number of branches, especially even though the company is mainly focused in Kerala, but you can see the maximum number of branches available in Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana. So in the South India, it has maximum presence. Even it is available in Assam and Tripura as well. The company has been founded in the year 1949, which means they has 72 years of existence. If you look at the recent financial results, you can see Q1 2021 net profit, that is the first quarter of 2021, shows 437 crores profit. And if you compare to the previous quarter, you can see Q4 2020 468 crores, you can see a decline of minus 7.7%. Now if you compare with the previous year same quarter, that is Q1 2020, net profit was 395 crores, which means year on year you can see 11.06% increase, which means the financial results are neutral. This company has already issued 3 dividends this year. Altogether 2.15 rupees has been issued. Hopefully we are expecting one more dividend this year. Let's go to the technical part. Going to the daily chart of Manappuram, you can see the 200 exponential moving average is clearly below the price line, showing that the chart is bullish. But if you're looking at the 48 and 13 exponential moving average, that is also looking somewhat bullish, but at this point you can see a flatness, showing that the short-term consolidation possible or a short-term bearish signal possible. Now if you're looking at the MACD, you can see a negative crossover. Even though it is overall bullish, you can see positive values here, but it's overall bullish, but still a negative crossover is showing a short-term correction and consolidation. If you go to stochastics, you can see the bearish trend is more aggressive. So we are also expecting a short-term correction and consolidation. If you go to RSI, you don't see any clear trend, it is perfectly neutral. So overall, what I understand from the technical indicators is this price is clearly going for a short-term correction, and after that it will continue the rally. The same thing is mentioned here as well. 200 exponential moving average is bullish, 13 exponential moving average and 48 EMA looking somewhat neutral or slightly bearish. Current price is okay only for long-term perspective. The MACD is just positive and showing a short-term bearish signal. We are also expecting Q2 financial results for this company on 13th of November, that is just 10-11 days away from today, and that will confirm the trend. Share is expected to correct firmly before Q2 results. Stochastics is also looking bearish. RSI index is perfectly neutral. Based on the technical indicators, price is heading for a short-term correction. Consolidation and recovery expected after the 13th November 2021 Q2 financial results. So which means you need to wait for the Q2 financial results coming on 13th of November 2021. Before that, you may see a dip in the prices, and after that, possibly as expected, the price can go up as well. You may follow buy on dip strategy. Support can be found at 189, 184, 178 price levels. Any price around or below 185 will be fair entry. Opportunity is mainly for long and medium term, and there is nothing for a short term opportunity here. Between 175 and 180 will be much better entry. Minimum and maximum long term portfolio allocation is 2% and 4% respectively. That is, you can buy 8 to 16 quantity of shares for a portfolio size of 1 lakh. Immediate target will be 205, medium term target is 218, long term target is 250 to 300. If you found our video really useful, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.